luck, you know. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. I see that look in your eye now, baby girl, don't lie. I'm just saying, never done this before. Well, darling, can't you see what you done to me? And I ain't gonna hide the way I feel no more. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. Let's roll. Let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's light? eyes gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, we're at Martinsville for the Bluegrass Cup Series. Out on the track right now is qualifying. First on the track in car number 7 is Doug Newbegin. On the track, Sean Kostritza in the 46. Won last night in the Xfinity Series here tonight. Cedric Hunter in the 71 there. New paint scheme on him. Cedric Hunter goes top of the charts with a 19.37. Sean Kostritza, second right now in time. All right, Doug Newbegin to end the 7 machine versus Jim's Coffee, number 7. He goes second quick. Looking good going down the back straightaway. Coming down turn number 4. Let's see what he can do on his second lap. Can he improve? He's going to stay second quick. Next on track, in car number 31, it's Brendan Holder. Brendan Holder in car number 31. First time lap was third quick so far. He improves. He moves up to second for his second lap. On the track, in the car number 27 is Jonathan Cogswell. First lap was fifth quick. He will move up to fourth. Next on the track, in car number 1 is Scott Fritz. Scott Fritz in car number 1. From the Terry Berry Motorsports. Fifth quick Scott is. Cogswell sixth. He improves. He moves up to fourth on his second lap. So, going into tonight, Mikey Neal Jr. is in the Final Four for next week at Phoenix. Cedric Hunter, Gabriel Ellison, Alex Huffman, Brendan Holder, Doug Newbegin, Scott Fritz, and Jonathan Cogswell all have a chance tonight to make it in. On the track now to the walk number 13 from Owensboro, Kentucky. It's Brian Terry. Brian Terry into 13. First lap, he's 7th on the board. Coming down the back straightaway there. Oh, goes a little wide. He might have tapped that wall. So we know his second lap is not going to be better. Next driver on the track, car number 84 for Bowling Green, Kentucky, is David Farber. David Farber into 84. Also on the track right now, car number 48 is Mo Abbott. Mo Abbott into 48. David Farber, first lap, goes 7th quick. David moves up to 4th. Next on track, there's Steve from Sacramento, California. Mo Abbott, he's 8th quick right now on his first lap. Going down the back straightaway. He's having little connection issues, and sideways he goes out turn number 4. He saves it. But the next driver to shade his eyes, car number 77, Gabriel Ellison, his first time lap, 4th quick. As he goes into turn number 3, he will exit turn number 4 there. Let's see if he can improve on his second lap. He does not. He'll stay 4th quick. So your top 5 look like this: Cedric Hunter, Brandon Holder, Doug Newbegin, Gabriel Ellison, David Farber. Your top 5 in qualifying. Still left to qualify: Mikey Neal Jr., Alex Huffman, and Matt Grenier. $250 laps tonight. Long race and a short time to get there. And the stage breaks tonight for the Cup Series in Martinsville will be on lap number 50 and lap number 100. So first 2 stages, 50 lap stints. Ellison just making some laps around the track as we wait for the other drivers, the final 3, to come out and qualify. As we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left of qualifying here at Martinsville. Mo Abbott also making some laps around track. A little bit of practice while they're in their qualifying mode. Talked about last week, Mikey Neal Jr. pick up the win at Charlotte. Locks him into the final 4. So he can play either way he wants tonight. He can play rough ball. He can play easy. Also tonight, where we'll have a live look in on Mikey Neal Jr. There he is on the screen. He hasn't made it out yet, but... Alright, the next car to make his way onto the track for qualifying in car number 2 from Morganville, Kentucky. It's Alex Huffman. Alex Huffman into 2. He will go 9th quick on his first lap. The brake rotors are glowing here at Martinsville on these cars. His second lap, see if he improves. He does. He moves up one spot. He will start in 8th position. Yes, we're still watching Bo Abbott on the track, just making some extra laps here before we go racing. All right, that's going to end qualifying here tonight. And here is tonight's starting lineup. On the pole with the Lucky Ducks to car number 71 is Cedric Hunter. To his outside, Glove Box Motorsports car number 31, Brendan Holder. For number 2 to the inside, car number 7 is Doug Newbegin. And to his outside, Gabriel Ellison is 77. The third row inside tonight, car number 84 is David Farber. To his outside, and the Terry Berry Motorsports car number 1, Scott Fritz. Car number 4 to the inside, Sean Stritz and number 1. Elite Motorsports driver car number 2, Alex Huffman. Car number 5 to the inside, car number 27, Jonathan Conswell. To his outside, Motorsport Racing. Car number 48, Mo Abbott. Car number 6 to the inside, the 13 of Brian Terry. To his outside. In the 8th machine is Mikey Neal Jr. And rounding out your field tonight, and car number 15 is Matt Greer. Cedric Hunter and Brendan Holder on the front row. First stage lap, second stage on lap 100. All right, the pace car starting to pull off here. Nice looking car considering what a Cedric Hunter has tonight. Paints. Car number 31, Brendan Holder. Doug Newbegin, then strong. So lights are gone, flag stand. We're going to read out number 4. Robert's rack and stack. Base car making that left-hand turn. Builds in the heads of Cedric Hunter and Brendan Holder as they will fire when Barney waves that green flag. Coming down the front straightaway. Green flag is out. We're racing. And look at Brandon Holder. There's and Hunter side by side going into turn number 1. Hunter going to clear about turn number 2. Holder goes to that second spot. Then you got Newbegin. Then you have Ellison and Fritz. Fritz on the outside of David Farmer. That's the battle going on for 5th and 6th on the track right there. Fritz will clear him. Alex Huffman in the hip pocket of David Farmer. Alex in that 7th position. There's Sean Kostritz in the 46 machine. He won the Xfinity Series last night. Can he get it done tonight? In the Jasper's engine, car number 46. A little further back, you see some battling going on with Mo Abbott and Jonathan Cogswell there. There's Mikey Dale Jeter currently running in that 11th spot. There's Matt Grenier and Brian Terry rounding out your field. Meanwhile, making our way back up to the front. Cedric Hunter, your race leader, coming off of turn number 4, completing lap number 3 here. 3 down out of 250. Out of turn number 2, Hunter starting to gap a little bit of Brandon Holder there, putting a little bit of distance on him. Doug Newbegin in that 3rd spot there, all by his lonesome right now, as he's trying to chase down Brandon Holder. There's Gabriel Ellison and Shea Designs, car number 77. Alex Huffman now in that 5th spot. Oh, we got one around. That's going to be Scott Fritz. Bringing out the first caution. Let's take a look at it. Looks like got a little love tap there from the 84. Of David Farmer. Right there, he tapped him. And he just lost it from there. Around he went. Backed it right into the wall and spun around. They're trying to help him out. He's stuck on that little strip right there. There he goes. He gets off of it thanks to Mo Abbott. Your top 5 looking like this. Under caution, Cedric Hunter, Brandon Holder, Doug Newbegin, Gabriel Elson, Alex Huffman. Your top 5 here at Martinsville. Alex Huffman up 3 spots. Mikey Dale Jr. at 8th spot currently. He's up 3 spots. And you got Matt Grenier up 3 spots, currently running in 10th in the 15 machine. And what about the 46 machine of Sean Kostritz picking up his first league win last night in the Xfinity Series? Last lap pass, actually into the last set of turns, he made that pass for the win. Don't forget, tomorrow night, this is the Bluegrass Pro Late Models. Don't want to miss it, that's for sure. Lights are still on the pace vehicle as the drivers are pacing around here. Hunter, Holder, Newbegin, Ellison, Huffman, your top 5. 6 is Farmer. 7th is Kostritz. 8th is Abbott. 9th is Cogswell. And 10th is Mikey Dill Jr. Grenier, Terry, and Fritz round out your field. Remember, the stage breaks are on lap number 50 and lap number 100 here tonight. Cedric Hunter, Mikey Dill's already into the round of 4. You got Cedric Hunter. He's locked himself in. You got Gabriel Ellison, Alex Huffman, Brandon Holder, Doug Newbegin, Scott Fritz, Jonathan Cogswell. All have a chance with some kind of miracle. That's what they're hoping for tonight, is a miracle They survive it and make it to the Final Four going into Phoenix next week. Lights are out. We're fixing to come to the green. We're coming to the Geico restart zone. Cedric Hunter can fire anytime he reaches it. He fires off. Good start for Cedric Hunter in that 71 machine. Brandon Holder there. He will come down right in front of Doug Newbegin. Newbegin in that third spot. There's Alex Huffman in the 77 of Ellison. Ellison on the outside of Huffman there. Good battle for 4th and 5th on the track. Then you have the 46 and the 84. David Farmer. Farmer goes to the outside. He makes it to the outside of Ellison now. Working his way around them as they come out of the turn down the back straightaway. Farmer going to clear Ellison there in turn number 3 as they exit turn number 4. 12 laps in the books out of 50 for this first stage. Cedric Hunter's pulled away in a 71 machine. There is the 31 of Brandon Holder in second. Doug Newbegin still in that third spot there.
Cedric Hunter still running good. Does not need a win to lock himself into the round of 40. Definitely wants it continuing to lead the way here. Having a good run so far here tonight.
These drivers going to give it everything they got as lap number 14 are down in the books. So your top two, they're actually starting to pull away, and a battle is brewing with David Farmer and Alex Huffman. Farmer to the outside of Huffman there. Huffman's going to clear him out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Farmer got a little loose. That allowed Gabriel Ellison to make a pass on the inside. He better watch out because Sean Kostritza's right there too. Sean Kostritza making his first Cup Series start tonight in that 46 machine. After winning last night the Xfinity Series. Good run that young man's having. Mo Abbott sitting right there in that 12th position in the 48. Then you got Jonathan Cogswell in 27. There's Matt Grenier in the 15 and the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr.
You know, we've seen it play out two different ways so far this week. We had last week's winner run good last night in the Xfinity Series, whereas on Monday night in the Truck Series, Justin White, the Truck Series winner last week, did not have such a good run. See where Mikey Neal Jr. finds himself here tonight. Doesn't have to push his way through, doesn't have to fight for the win. He's already there for next week. He's already set up, ready to rock and roll. Alex Huffman down to the inside. Everybody getting by him nice and cleanly. Single file all throughout the field except for Matt Grenier and Jonathan Cogswell right now. That's for that 9th position. Grenier to the inside. He gets position over Cogswell. It's going to put Cogswell back to 10th.
Meanwhile, your top 3, Hunter, is right there. There's Brandon Holder. He's actually starting to reel in the 71 machine slowly right now. And there's Doug Newbegin in the 7th. There are Lucky Duck drivers 1st and 3rd. There's Gabriel Ellison, another one, in 4th. And then you got David Farmer and Sean Kostritza. Kostritza up to 6th now for his first time in a Cup Series. Not too shabby, especially here at Martinsville. There's Mo Abbott there. Kostritza went a little high. That's going to allow Abbott look to the inside as they go into turn number 3. You better watch out, Kostritza, because here comes Huffman. Huffman passes him. He clears him. He's just trying to keep it clean tonight. Meanwhile, the race leader, the 71 of Hunter, continues to lead here. You see the brake rotors glowing red on these cars. There is Newbegin. There's Ellison right there. So right now, they're starting to get pretty spaced out.
Looking a little further back, just behind Mo Abbott. You see him right there on screen. A little further back, you got Sean Kostritza working his way forward here. Once again, looking to make the pass on Alex Huffman. Now, he's working his way forward. You talked about already. Got the win last night. The momentum is on his side. The headspace is on his side. he's got that confidence right now, and he's ready to make some moves. A little bit of contact there between the two and the 46. Both drivers able to continue on.
No harm, no foul. Huffman wants to get into the Final Four. Oh, no. The 46 gets into him. Sean Kostritza and Huffman goes around. This might be a commentator's curse.
Whoops. Kostritza does, in fact, claim this one. Just slides up a little bit. You know, these cars are a little bit different than what the Xfinity cars were last night. Tires probably starting to come into play as well. Nobody in the field has taken any sort of pit stops yet or anything like that. So everybody's on the same set of tires. They're starting to wear out underneath of them a little bit. Be surprised. Oh, we didn't get none. I am surprised that we haven't had any takers. There is one. Jonathan Cogswell coming down pit road.
And Alex Huffman, he's going to come down. He's going to try to repair any damage on that vehicle. John Kostritza claiming that caution. That's going to allow the one machine to get a lap back, as he was involved in that very first caution. Scott Fritz is the lucky dog.
It's a good chance with that one there that Doug Newbigin, I believe, is the driver sitting in fifth. Brandon Holder is the driver sitting in fifth. With that incident, it does look like there's a good chance that he will make the round of 4 with Alex Huffman being involved in that. He's got quite a bit of suspension damage to that car. Unfortunate turn of events for him. Good chance for him to be out of the championship.
You know, that little tap on the wall did seem like it did a lot, but I guess the suspension on these cars are a little different from the Xfinity series, so
I think they brake a little bit easier is the best way to say it. They're much like what you hear drivers complain about in real life, with them being like driving a solid brick. You know, there's no give in them. You hit the wall and they just break. I mean, about all that there is to it.
as we're on board with Scott Fritz's all right, the lights are going to go out. Alex Huffman making his way off of pit road. You're watching the side-by-side. On the left, or on the right-hand side is the lead pack. On the right-hand side is the tail of the field. John Kostritza will restart last, or second to last. But here we come, coming to the green. Green flag is out. We're racing here at Martinsville. Good start the center cutter has in the 71 machine. Here's Doug Newbigin. Makes the pass for second. The 31 of Brandon Holder falls back to third. And then you have David Farmer there.
That was definitely a little bit of teammate communication there by the looks of it on that start. Cedric Hunter might have gone off to that great jump, but he brought right along with him his teammate of Doug Newbigin. And Newbigin, one of those drivers, he almost needs to have a win in order to make it into the round of 4. And right now, sitting in second place, if he get the stage win, then have a top 3 and be ahead of Brandon Holder, he stands a really good chance of making the playoffs off of that. But having that race win is going to be all that much better for the driver of the number 7 to make his way in. Brandon Holder, the man on the bubble right now, sitting in 5th. Alex Huffman sits in dead last in the race right now. He's in 4th position, and it's not looking good for him.
Definitely right now, the 71 starting to pull away. We got a caution on the racetrack on the racing surface. Car number 15 of Matt Grenier. Let's take a look at it. Matt Grenier to 15 right there. Just kind of loses it coming off the turn. Shocker Stritza must have a magnet to to Alex Huff, but I don't know what else to say.
That's a pretty fair assessment.
First time in the Cup Series, I'm sure the break-in's a little different, but I almost guarantee someone back there ain't gonna be too happy.
Yeah. No, he's not. Alex Huffman stood to be the guy to get the lucky dog in that caution, but when he got hit in the rear end by Sean Kostritza, that took the lucky dog option off the board for the 2 of Alex Huffman. So it is safe to say that he is a little heated by it.
No Christmas cards for Sean Kostritza this winter. As we stay under caution here. Fritz and Kostritza, Grenier, and Huffman all on pit road. Grenier's still down there. Here comes Alex Huffman making his way down. Scott Fritz and Sean Kostritza make their way out of pit road. There is your race leader, the 71. Your top 5 looking like this. Cedric Hunter, Doug Newbegin, Brandon Holder, David Farber, Gabriel Ellison. Your top 5. 6 is Mo Abbott. 7th is Cogswell. 8th is Mikey Dale Jr. And 9th is Brian Terry. Rounding out your top 10 is Scott Fritz as he makes his way back into pit road to get some more damage on or repaired in that number 1 machine after he brought out the very first caution of the night. Also, Sean Kostritza making their pit stop here. As the lights are still on the pace vehicle.
Cedric Hunter continuing to lead the way. You know, we're showing 2 different wraps for Cedric Hunter. See if I can refresh mine. Changes over to that brown wrap.
All right, lights are out. We're going to rack them. We're going to stack them, and we're going back to racing out turn number 4. Alex Huffman made his way back off the pit road there. There's Sean Kostritza coming back out on the off of pit road, catching up to the back of the field. Matt Grenier still in pit road, getting some damage repaired on that vehicle. The pace car makes a left-hand turn. Cedric Hunter will choose the outside for this restart. The guy car restarts on. He fires off. We're back to racing. Good start for the 77 as we have 9 laps to go here before our stage break. There's David Farber making his way around Brandon Holder for that 3rd spot there. They go into turn number 3. He will clear him. A little further back, you see the 77. There's Mo Abbott in the 48. Then Cogswell and Mikey Neal Jr. under attack there. They're battling side by side. Mikey Neal clears Jonathan Cogswell. Goes a little hot. It's going to allow Cogswell to get back underneath him. This is a battle going on for 7th and 8th on the board. Meanwhile, David Farmer might not be done yet, BJ, because he's looking pretty strong in that 84 machine tonight.
Yeah, he is looking very good right now, sitting in third behind Doug Newbing. He's under pressure from the 31 of Brandon Holder, looking to take that third spot back away from him, but Farmer going to close the door on him. You know, I really believe that restart was a strategy call to take the outside, put David Farmer behind Doug Newbigging on the inside. So when he'd fire off, it would bring David Farmer with him. He's seen the speed that Brandon Holder has had. And I'll be honest, I think it might have routed him a little bit. I think it might have scared him a little. So he took the outside in front of David Farmer so he could get that jump on Brandon Holder. Yep. Top 5, Hunter, Newbigging, Farmer, Holder, and Ellison right now. Ellison not having a run that we've really seen from him. He's riding pretty comfortably right now in 5th, but at this stage of the race, we're used to seeing him up a little bit further inside the top 3, fighting for a stage win.
Right now, 4 laps to go until the stage break. As you see, the drivers are pretty much single filed out there. Further back, you see the wad. That is Scott Fritz. 3 laps to go for Cedric Hunter for stage number 1. The 7 is right there with them, along with the 84 David Farmer. That is your top 3. 2 laps to go. Next time by will be the white flag and then the checkered. Oh, he gets a little loose. Let's go lay on David Farmer, get underneath him side by side. Going into turn number 3, David Farmer's going to try to clear Doug Newbiggin. Newbiggin, he's battling back hard on outside. White flags away from BJ. 1 more to go on stage number 1.
Yeah, really big mistake out of Doug Newbigging. Not something we usually see out of him. Allows David Farmer into that 2nd position. Newbigging now pressure to the back bumper of Farmer. Just 2 more turns to go. Farmer does exactly what he needs to do. Sucks it down to that inside line. Closes the door for Newbigging out of turn number 4. Cedric Hunter's going to win stage number 1, followed by David Farmer, Doug Newbigging, Brendan Holder, Gabriel Ellison, Mo Abbott, Mikey Neal Jr., Jonathan Cogswell, Brian Terry, and Sean Kostritza. Your top 10 drivers at the stripe here tonight for stage number 1.
How about that? The 71, he started on the pole, led every lap of the first stage. David Farmer up 3 spots to start the race. Coming home in that 2nd spot in stage number 1 as Cedric Hunter is bringing the whole field down. You got to wonder if the 2 is going to stay out. And he does.
Drivers that have not that did not come down pit road would be Cogswell, Fritz, and Huffman. Now, Huffman is out to get a lap back. I believe Cogswell and Fritz both are on the lead lap, or I thought were on the lead lap. But both of those drivers also have 1 pit stop, minimum of 1 pit stop during that stage. Cogswell took to 1 on lap 27. Fritz took his 4th by lap 39. So quite a few pit stops for the driver of the number 1 machine.
All right, first off pit road, be Cedric Hunter, Doug Newbiggin, David Farmer, Holder, Ellison, and Abbott. So Cedric Hunter will fire off in that 3rd spot if Jonathan Cogswell stays out. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget, it's simulcast live on the Bluegrass Iracing Series Facebook page and YouTube. Make sure to like it, follow button, hit subscribe on the YouTube side. Doesn't cost you a thing. Catch the Bluegrass live every time they're on.
You know something, Steve? Of all 3 weeks, or all 3 races, this is the first race this week to not end the stage under caution.
That's true. That is very true.
This is the one series I wouldn't have expected that, to be honest with you.
Well, the Truck Series in the night with 13 cautions. The Xfinity Series in the night with 12 cautions. See, we do a little better in the Cup Series so far. 2 cautions have plagued the first stage.
It's been good racing so far. Out of all of these drivers, they're keeping their heads on straight. They're driving smart right now. Not making a lot of big changes. Not making a lot of big moves. Putting themselves or anybody else at risk for the most part throughout this race. Smart driving by all of these guys to just go out, do what they've got to do, and get some laps in the books. They know there's a lot of racing left. That's what they're keeping in mind. Jonathan Cogswell, Scott Fritz, front row. Cogswell going to bring us back to the green.
So coming to the Geico restart zone. Cogswell fires off. We're back to racing. Good start there for Cogswell and Cedric Hunter. Hunter clears Scott Fritz. Fritz on the outside. He gets a little tap from the 7 of Newbegin. He saves it. Oh no, Ellison going around.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Wow.
Looked like Ellison just got caught by the checkup there and sent him around. Oh no,
He's stuck.
Mikey Neal Jr., the second car we've seen high center down there on that berm. Bit of a dangerous position to get in here at Martinsville in these Cup cars by the looks of it. Kostritza involved in this one. Mikey Neal Jr., Gabriel Ellison. Looked like Mo Abbott might have got a little piece of it. So nobody receiving a penalty on that caution. I do agree with this one, as it was really just a big stack up. Gabriel Ellison wound up unloading the rear end of his car to avoid getting into his teammate, the 7 of Doug Newbigging. Mikey Neal Jr. still stuck down
now
there
we got
on
2
that
of
person.
them.
Oh no.
Well, we got 1 trying to help, so now we need 2. We need another push vehicle down there. Look at him. He looks disgusted right now. Ryan Terry going to give him a tap on the nose there. The 2 helps them out. All right, they get them going.
That was awesome right there. A lot of good sportsmanship out of those guys right there.
And what about Matt Grenier? He tried to help him out.
You know, it's not very often that a driver will accept hurting themselves to help another driver. Matt Grenier got himself stuck there and ended up miring himself a few more laps down. And now they're telling Brian Terry to paint his car like a dirt truck next week.
All right, the lights. Let's see here. Lights are still on the pace vehicle. Oh, the 71 stopped on the track. Cedric Hunter. And gets it back on the throttle. Jonathan Cogswell will bring us back to the green. In that 27, he's going to restart on the inside. His teammate will restart on the outside there of Hunter. Second row will be David Farber and Brandon Holder. Third row will be Scott Fritz and Doug Newbegin. Pace car pulls off. We're fixing to go back to green flag racing as the drivers are racked and stacked. One more time, your third caution of the night. And the Geico restart zone. Fire off. Good start there for Center Cutter. They go into turn number 1, the 27, holding up David Farber there a little bit. As they come out turn number 2, Hunter with the race lead. Then you got Cogswell running in second. Look at 31 of Holder, looking to the outside. Goes a little wide there, and that will allow David Farber to clear him. And there's Scott Fritz now to the inside. Holder losing the position. Oh, Cogswell goes high. He's going to lose the spots. 3 wide might not work here. Oh, Doug Newbegin keeps it going, but the front end is broke on that car.
Yeah, left front wheel not really on the ground at all. How he even managed to hold on that long, I do not know. That whole left side is set down on the ground now. Zero control over that left front wheel at all. Take a look here at the replay. See a little bobble out of Brandon Holder. Scott Fritz to his inside. Doug Newbegin. Here comes Jonathan Cogswell. Looked like he might have got the wall just a little bit. Forced those guys to squeeze. Doug Newbegin probably couldn't see it going on. Just got stuck right there. And when Brandon Holder went to dodge, Cogswell caught the nose of Doug Newbegin. It really just looks like it boils down to a racing deal.
So our fourth caution of the night, DJ.
What lap we on? We on lap 68. Hey, we're ahead of schedule right now. We're doing good.
Mikey Neal Jr. getting the lap back.
Race control gonna rule that one back on the 31 of Brandon Holder. Sounds as though he bounced off of the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell a little bit. That bounced him down into the 7. So they're gonna rule that one on the 31 of Brandon Holder. He'll be restarting at the back of the field. One thing that I do know is this puts Doug Newbegin in a really bad position for the final 4 in the championship. He's currently in the pits, 2 laps down already.
Tough luck for Doug Newbegin, that's for sure. Been strong all season long. Caution lights are still on the pace car. All right.
Cedric Gunner here. I'll be surprised if he doesn't choose the outside on the restart, and he does in fact choose the outside. It's going to put his teammate Jonathan Cogswell right behind him. Good strategy call there, I do believe. The lights go out, everybody going 2 by 2 throughout the field.
All right, the pace car makes that left-hand turn. Cedric Hunter bringing the field to the Geico restart zone. He can fire off anytime once he hits it. Green flag is out. Good start there for the 71. Look at David Farmer. Good start for him, too. He's into the inside to Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell goes wide. That allows Scott Fritz to get around him. Scott Fritz down at third spot. Cogswell trying to battle back on the outside there. He actually might clear him. Nope, he can't clear him. And that's going to allow Scott Fritz to clear him out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. As we're on lap number 73. There you see the 77. There's Elson in that 5th spot. Alex Huffman currently running in 6th. Mo Abbott. And there's Brian Terry. And then you have Mikey Neal Jr., who's still a lap down. Looking to the inside to the 46 of Sean Castrizzo, who's currently running in that 9th position. Mikey Neal Jr. now is trying to chase down Brian Terry to 13. Meanwhile, up front, BJ, look at there. Caution out on the racetrack.
Brian Terry facing the wrong way out of turn number 2. You look at our NLR instant replay. Gonna go way high. Looks like when he came back down, just got it loose, got on the gas a little too soon. Around he went in that number 13 machine, nobody else getting into him, just a self spin right there. This should be Mikey Neal Jr. getting a lucky dog here. This will be one of his laps back. See here. If it doesn't give it to him. Yeah, and there he goes, making his way around the outside now. So our front row is going to be Cedric Cunner. David Farmer. Row 2 is going to be Scott Fritz and Jonathan Cogswell. I'll be surprised if Cedric Hunter doesn't choose the outside once again here to restart in front of his teammate. Get that jump on him and try to pull him forward ahead of Farmer and Fritz. Find out here soon as the lights go out. Fritz, one of the drivers that needs a race win to lock himself into the Final Four, sits in 7th here tonight. New bigging, Fritz, Cogswell, those guys need a win. Holder, pretty well in as it sits right now, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually. Holder is not in. He is very close.
Well, cautions breed cautions, as we've seen over the last 2 nights. Everybody want to try to make it into the Final Four into Phoenix next week for championship week.
You know, I almost feel like cautions are like a child with a light switch. Ooh, and there's a surprise. Jonathan Cogs was going to, or Cedric Hunter's going to choose the inside and not restart in front of his teammate, the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. But I feel like cautions are like a kid and light switches. You can keep the kid away from the light switch all day, but once the kid gets over there and flips that light switch and discovers that, hey, everything gets bright when I turn it on and dark when I turn it off, it's hard to get that kid to stop sneaking over and flipping the light switch.
All right, as the 71 of Hunter will bring us back to the Geico restart zone. The pace car is down pit road. He hits the Geico restart zone. He fires off. Good start for the 71 of Cedric Hunter. David Farmer right there, but you better watch out. Here comes the 1. And Scott Fritz looks to his inside. He pulls alongside his door on exit turn number 2. Farmer with the momentum. Let's see if he clears him. Going turn number 3. He does. Oh, and then he goes wide there. High, wide, and handsome as the 1. He's digging it deep and trying to sell it cheap, and he takes over second momentarily. Scott Fritz in that second spot. David Farmer in third. Then you got Gabriel Ellison right there in that fourth spot. Alex Huffman and Jonathan Cogswell. They're battling for fifth and sixth on the board. Up into the inside, Cogswell on the outside. Huffman will clear about turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Cogswell running the higher line. Mo Abbott's thinking about looking to the inside as he does as he come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Mikey Neal Jr. looking to follow Mo Abbott. Goes to the bottom as they exit turn number 4. Jonathan Cogswell following back now. Cogswell now in that 7th spot.
The older tires really starting to show for that number 27. He shows respect to the other drivers, though, moves up to the high side and allows everybody to go by. He's not going to press the issue. He's not going to fight. However, the one of Scott Fritz also on older tires, maybe not quite as drastic as Cogswell's, but he's running up there in that 2nd spot and still putting on a show, still showing how strong that car is even on the older tires. He's done a good job to save what he's got and still be able to run. Cedric Hunter not pulling away by a massive gap. He's got right about 1 second over Scott Fritz, only running about a 10th quicker.
As they go into turn number 3 there. Out of turn number 4, 15 laps to go until the end of your 2nd stage. Cedric Hunter way out in front here on the Sunday drive on a Wednesday night. There's Scott Fritz, and there is David Farmer into 84. Farmer trying to gain that spot back, slowly stalking his prey of Scott Fritz, driving the Terry Berry Motorsports car number 1. As they come out turn number 4, down the front straightaway there. A little further back, you see the 77, Gabriel Ellison in the Shade Designs, car number 77. Alex Huffman now in the top 5 in that Huffman's number 2 machine, Kinder Performance. Mo Abbott in the Lowe's machine car, currently running in that 6th spot. 7th, Sean Kostritza's last night's Xfinity Series winner, driving the Jasper's Engines 46. And then you had the BK Paints in design, car number 31. That's Brandon Holder running in 8th. Jonathan Cogswell, one Lucky Duck drivers, into 27. With Edwards on the side of that car. Currently running in 9th, and there is the DeWalt 13 of Brian Terry, currently running in 10th. Meanwhile, Cedric Hunter, he's just on the cruise control because there's Scott Fritz. David Farmer still stalking them as they come out turn number 4 with 11 laps to go on the stage.
Farmer makes his way around Scott Fritz. Fritz looks back to the inside. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough. Farmer's going to clear him. Move down to the bottom into turn number 3. Cedric Hunter continuing to pull away. Farmer now pulling away from Scott Fritz. Everybody throughout the field now starting to spread out just a little bit more. Your top 5 now sits Hunter, Farmer, Fritz, Ellison, and Huffman. These guys getting all spread out all throughout the field. Just set 9 laps to go here in the stage. Farmer opens the door, allows Fritz back by. Fritz takes back over that 2nd spot now.
Fritz now starting to pull away out of turn number 2, going down the back straightaway. In turns 3 and 4, David Farmer went really high there. That allowed Scott Fritz to get a good run off of turn number 4. You can see him. We complete lap number 92 of 250. As the stage break is on lap number 100 for the 2nd stage. Right there, there's the 2 of Huffman. A lap down is Mikey Neal Jr. in the 8 machine. Won last week. There he is.
Currently still sitting 1 lap down, but not out of this yet. Whenever the stage break rolls around, who stands a good chance to get that lucky dog, being the first car a lap down, gets that lucky dog, gets himself back on the lead lap. There's still a lot of racing to go after the end of the 2nd stage to work his way forward and still get a good finish here tonight.
Coming to 5 laps to go for stage number 2. Cedric Hunter trying to claim stage number 2. He wants to go for a clean sweep tonight. 3 for 3. There's David Farmer in that currently running in second. There is Scott Fritz. He's under attack by Gabriel Ellison. Ellison to the inside of him. Ellison now clears. On the right-hand side of your screen, you see Mo Abbott there in a 31. That's Brandon Holder. Mo Abbott got around Brandon Holder there in that 48 machine. Good racing all around this track. As you see the brakes, they're glowing on these cars as they enter the turns. This hairpin, paperclip, track basically, BJ.
Yeah, very, very tight track, very tight corners. The straightaways feel like they're a mile long compared to the turns here at Martinsville. And if you look at it from a bird's eye view, it straight up is a paperclip.
2 laps to go for Cedric Hunter. Coming to the white flag in stage number 2. The 71. If nothing fails in the last 3 turns, he will win stage number 2. There's David Farmer in second. Coming out turn number 4, picking up stage number 2. Win given to Cedric Hunter. David Farmer in second, Ellison in third, Fritz in fourth, and Huffman in fifth.
And Holder, Abbott, Kostritza, Cogswell, and Terry rounding out the 10 drivers to pick up stage points here in this one. No doubt David Farmer really going to be liking, not David Farmer, Gabriel Ellison really going to be liking those points to move him forward and increase his chances of remaining in the playoffs. Creates a little bit more of a cushion between him, Huffman, Holder, and Newbigging.
As drivers look to come down pit road, Mikey Neal Jr. looking to get a lap back there into 8. He's the lucky dog. As you see, Hunter bringing the field down pit road. Everybody down pit road for this pit stop. You see Doug Newbegin there on in pit road there after getting some heavy damage on the previous caution. Now you see Cedric Hunter making his pit stop. It looks like he's taking all 4. Here's David Farber, but Hunter going to beat him off of pit road. David Farber second, Alex Huffman, Ellison, Fritz, Kostritza, Abbott, and Cogswell. How about that? And Mikey Neal Jr. now coming down pit road now since he's on the lead lap. 150 laps for this next stage, the final stage of the night.
Phone just decided to close out the timing of school. I gotta take a quick second to pull that back up.
So your top 5 look like this: Hunter, Farmer, Huffman, Ellison, and Fritz. 6th through 10th is Kostritza, Abbott, Cogswell, Holder, and Neal. Brian Terry actually will move into that 10th spot. Mikey Neal will drop to 11th. Doug Newbegin in 12th, and Matt Grittier out of the race. Lights are off for the pace vehicle. We're going to go green flag out turn number 4. The drivers are racked and they're stacked and they're ready to go. And Cedric Hunter will choose the outside for this restart. Alex Huffman restarting 3rd. He was shot in this championship 4. Come to the Geico restart zone. He fires. Good start for that 71 machine of Cedric Hunter. Farmer. He has company of Ellison to the south side. There's Huppin to the inside of Ellison. Farmer will clear Ellison there. Up and down to the inside. Goes into turn number 3. Side by side. He pushes up a little bit. That allows Ellison. Well, he didn't get the run out turn number 4 as I thought he would. So give it to Alex Huppin to that third spot. He will now clear him there. Scott Fritz now looking to the inside of him. Scott Fritz pulls up along to the door as they go into turn number 3.
Not a position you want to be in on the outside line when the restart comes. It's a really tough spot to make passes or even maintain position. Oh, Ellison locked up the left front, overshot that corner by quite a bit. Now in danger of losing even more positions. He continues to fall back, riding now in 6th behind the 48 of Mo Abbott. Ellison really struggling out here on the fresh tires around the outside. The car does not seem to be happy to be up on the top side. Here comes Brandon Holder. Now Holder's had a really strong run here throughout the night. Now this is where the back will had to check up. Hard to not get into the 77 of Gabriel Ellison right there. Good job by him.
Good job. There you see him. Side by side. This is a battle going on. We're 6th and 7th on track as they go into the turn there. Oh, Holder pushes up, makes slide contact with 77. And now Mikey Dill Jr. to the inside of Brendan Holder. Meanwhile, there is Cedric Hunter. He's just pulled away. David Farmer in 2nd. Alex Huppin in 3rd. Huppin now closing in on David Farmer. Up and out of turn number 4 down the straightaway. 112 laps in the books, out 250.
Laps winding down very quickly here. Average lap time right about 19.8 in this race. Cedric Hunter pretty much, no, not pretty much, he has led from the drop of the green till now, except for the end of stage number 1 when his teammate Jonathan Cogswell restarted stage number 2 on the pole position. Other than that, Cedric Hunter has had it pretty much the entire time ever since and before that. Farmer running 2nd, Huffman running 3rd. Drivers now starting to spread out a little bit. Scott Fritz with an interesting call to not take tires during this first stage break, allowed him to move forward, and he's done a great job to stick it up there and keep up inside the top 5.
He definitely has. You see the drivers right there coming around. Hunter putting on a clinic here at Martinsville. There's David Farmer. Alex Huppin, he has some good space between him and 4th place is Scott Fritz. Mikey Dale Jr. coming from 2 laps down now in that 7th spot. Brandon Holder right behind him. Currently running at 8th. Oh, there's Sean Kostritza. Last night's Xfinity Series winner in the 46. And there's Jonathan Cogswell. And Brian Terry rounding out your field. Doug Dubigan out of the race along with Matt Grenier. It's we're on lap number 118 as we come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We'll take a lap on board with Cedric Hunter coming to the start-finish line. Hear him off the gas right there going into turn number 1. And slowly getting on it out on exit turn number 2.
He's full throttle so little throughout a lap around here, you know. Just past the flag stand, but now he's on the brakes heading down into the corner. You know, he's not got a lot of straightaway that he's really on the gas. He rolls into it off the corner to keep from spinning the tires. Just past the halfway part of the straightaway, he's in the brakes. You know, is it very tight, very technical track. It's all about momentum and rhythm here, it seems like. And if you can get that momentum, if you can get that rhythm, you can get that line locked down. It's next to impossible to pass, it seems like.
Definitely. As We're on board with Mikey Hill Jr. and Live looking. Oh, he made a little mistake there. Correct himself. Look at his face. Giving it all the attention he can give that computer screen right now. As right ahead of him is the 77 of Gabriel Ellison, who's currently running in a 6th spot. Right ahead of him in the top 5 right now is Mo Abbott in the lows 48. Going to our side by side. Here's your race leader on the left-hand side of the screen. And David Farmer. Those two have checked out from the rest of the field. And on the right-hand side, you see the 8 of Mikey Dill Jr. and the 31 of Brenton Holder.
Those two drivers, complete opposite ends of the spectrum here, right in the middle of the pack, in the middle of the field. Mikey Neal Jr., he's 5 spots to the good from the initial drop of the green flag. Brandon Holder 6 spots backwards from the initial drop of the green flag. So though these two drivers right here run together in 7th and 8th, it's like they've had 2 complete opposite races to get to that point almost.
Now we see the 2 of Huffman. There's the 1 of Scott Fritz, who's currently running in 4th. Huffman in an accident early in that tube machine. And Sean Kostritza got into him, pushed up the track, got into him, spun him around. Rebounded quite nicely here tonight.
He had quite a bit of suspension damage to the number 2 machine. Spent a good bit of time down pit road, but was lucky enough to have the cautions that he did. Got that damage repaired. Got the lucky dogs, the wave rounds, got back on the lead lap. And now having a really strong showing, not just back in the race, but back inside the top 3 already here on lap number 129. Fantastic run he's been having. Pay close attention. One thing Alex Huffman has been known to do here, he'll push that car, have a really good run early on the tires, but then it's almost like his tires just fall off, just completely lose the viscosity, lose their traction, and he starts to struggle and everybody else starts to go by him. One thing about Martinsville, though, if he can maintain his line, even when the tires wear out, it's extremely difficult for cars to get by him. All he's got to do is keep it locked under the inside line on the straightaways, or on the turns. Let it come all the way up to the wall on the straightaways. He'll be in good position.
As we complete lap number 131, laps are winding down quickly here at Martinsville. At the end of the night, we'll find out who's the top 4 making it into championship week. Next week at Phoenix. And BJ, opening night for the following season, it's going to be at Pocono.
I didn't see that coming.
Pocono going to lead us next season. Start off the Bluegrass Iracing Series at the end of November. Something you don't want to miss. Like to join, make sure to head over to the Bluegrass Facebook page and message them. They'll get you signed up. $25 for a season charter, $10 per race. Championship payouts and weekly payouts. Brian Terry going a lap down there. There is Alex Huffman in 3rd, leading Scott Fritz, Bo Abbott, Ellison, and Neal. As laps continue to wind down, there's Sean Kostritza, last night's winner in the 46 Jaspers Engines vehicle tonight. Out there getting some practice. And BJ, he might try to go for 3 championships next season.
Hey, in the way that he's been running, the momentum that he's had, might have a chance at it.
He might. Really looking strong in this Xfinity Series. The past 2 races, a second in the first. So he's learned a lot this season. There's Scott Fritz currently running in the 4th position. Alex Upman up 5 spots at the start of the race. And so is Mo Abbott in that 48. Both those drivers up 5 spots. Along with Mikey Dill Jr. Oh, he gets loose off the turn number 4 there. He saves it.
Definitely something we're going to see a lot more of throughout this race. The drivers have definitely settled down, though, during the first and second stage. It seemed like a lot of drivers having self-spins, struggling underneath, or struggling behind the wheel of the car, but they got it figured out now. It seems like taking it nice and easy, taking it a bit safer, taking it smarter, and avoiding that self-spin. So everybody throughout the field completely single filed out, nobody battling for position. Cedric Hunter continues to lead, continues to pull away from the rest of the field in that number 71 machine. He's out to almost a 2-second lead in that number 71 machine.
Yep, on that Sunday cruise on a Wednesday night, there's David Farmer all by his lonesome there in that 2nd spot. Coming down the back straightaway, there is out of turn number 2. You see Huffman there. He's leading Scott Fritz, and there is Mo Abbott. There is also Ellison in that 77 machine. As these drivers collected stage points all throughout the seasons, really helped them in the ending races. Help some people lock themselves in to next week at Phoenix.
You know, 10 points for a stage win might not sound like a lot, but when it boils down to it, when push really comes to shove here in the series, that 10 points could easily make or break your entire season. As right now, Cedric Hunter just continues to dominate this race. David Farmer by his lonesome in 2nd. Alex Huffman in 3rd on the right-hand side. You can see the pack that Alex Huffman leads. That is 3rd. Fruit 7th right there. They're just single filed out. I definitely feel as though Alex Huffman is currently holding up Scott Fritz, but he is controlling the preferred line here at Martinsville. You know, he's taking it all the way up the wall, all the way down to the inside. He's not leaving any openings or any chances of opportunity for Scott Fritz to take a look to the inside or outside of him.
And why would you? I mean, you know, Huffman, has to finish in front of Holder. He wants in the Final 4. Holder right now currently running in that 7th spot as Huffman running in 3rd. In that Kinder Huffman Designs number 2 machine. Meanwhile, the 71 continues to lead here. He sees some lap traffic up ahead. That's Sean Castrisson, Jonathan Cogswell, and Mikey Neal Jr. Come out of turn number 4. Next time might be 100 laps to go here at Martinsville. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget to head on over to the Bluegrass Facebook page, hit that like, hit follow, and then head over to the YouTube and hit subscribe. David Farmer, the first driver down pit road in the 84. Holly's machine there.
He'll be coming down for the first, I believe, of 2 pit stops here, if I'm not mistaken, to be able to make it to the end of the race. 100 laps remaining now, 99 laps remaining. Cedric Hunter has hit the stripe. Farmer We'll go a lap down with Brian Terry, Newbigin, and Grenier. But, yeah, it's just the start of the green flag pit stops. It's no major surprise to see somebody going a lap down once everybody else begins to pit. It could change the whole thing for David Farmer there.
See the 46 of Stritza, he went low, allowed the 71 to get around him. And there's David Farmer spun around out of turn number 4 to bring out that caution.
Well, that's not what he wants.
So I believe that's going to allow Kostritza to be the lucky dog. So he makes his way off of pit road. Oh, gets in the back of Brian Terry. Gosh darn it. Well, we got driver Huffman, Fritz, Ellison, Holder, Abbott, and Neal and Cogswell down pit road. The 71 Cedric Hunter, he stays out. Sean Kostritza, your lucky dog, he'll be able to go around the field there. And look, he made it back to 15. Matt Grenier back on the racing surface in the 15 machine. Doug Newbigin still out of the race. David Farmer down pit road. We'll see the race off of pit road. Here comes the 2 of Huffman. He makes it out. First off. Actually, yeah, first off be Huffman. Scott Fritz second. Holder, Ellison, and Abbott. Now Cedric Hunter makes his pit stop coming down pit road.
It shows for a late pit stop. They're a little surprised to see that from Cedric Hunter. You know, no doubt for the drivers on the lead lap, this caution is exactly what they were wanting. But
all right, the 46 of Sean Kostritza now making his way down pit road. He got his lap back. He's going to make hopefully his final stop of the night, as Alex Huffman will bring the field to green out of turn number 4.
sounds as though there might have been a black flag issued to Cedric Hunter. Something about the timing of the pace car coming by and Cedric Hunter coming around. Sounds as though there might have been a timing scoring issue there or black flag issued. A little surprising to see we don't have Jason Collins. We don't have Jason Collins in the booth here tonight to make the calls as to whether or not that black flag should be cleared. So unfortunate for him.
Well, either way, Barty says we're going green flag, racing out turn number 4. Alex Huffman and Scott Fritz on your front row. We're to restart the pace car, looking to pull into the infield. Give it up for Alex Healy, admitting tonight the Cup Series. Out of turn number 4, coming to the Geico restart zone. Up and fires. Good start for Alex Huffman there. He caught Fritz sleeping just a tad bit. There is Holder. Holder, he wants in the final 4. He's going to race Scott Fritz hard out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Now you see Cedric Hunter. Now, I'm going to tell you, if I'm Cedric Hunter, I'm coming through like fire. I'm mad right now.
Yeah, I definitely got to agree with that statement. Whenever something like that happens, I know for me anyways, it gets under your skin a little bit, and you're going to push real hard. Gabriel Ellison in the 77, he gets up into the wall, down the back straightaway there, gets corrected and gets going. That was nearly bad. His teammate Cedric Hunter nearly got into him there, but they're able to continue on. Hunter now looks at the back of Brandon Holder, trying to gain that ground back on him. Meanwhile, Huffman starting to pull away from Scott Fritz. As hard as it is to pass here, if that was the money stop for these guys, if that was the last time they have to come down pit road, Alex Huffman stands to win a race right here and lock himself into the Final Four.
Definitely, as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, Alex up into the 2 machine. He wants to lock himself in, but look at Hunter. After restarting last, he's back up to 4th. You know, people talking about Sean. Well, Sean might have picked up that win last night. Might have helped him, BJ, going in next season.
Yeah, I definitely think it did. A lot of times when a driver gets to win, especially their first win, it really gives them that vote of confidence, really gives them that momentum going into their next racing, into the next season. They got the mentality of, hey, I can do this, and they're there, and they're on their toes, ready to rock and roll. I really get the feeling that that's going to be something for Sean Kostritza, and he's going to be one to look out for next season in the Xfinity and Truck Series as well.
And the Cups. But I mean, he will definitely have a big announcement coming up in around about 2 to 3 weeks' time, right before the start of the following season. So stay tuned to Sean Kostritza for that big announcement. Mo Abbott bringing out the caution here in the 48 machine. Got loose off of turn number 4, hit the inside wall right in front of Barney's point of view there.
And if I'm not mistaken, that would be Mo Abbott's second caution of the race, if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out. That is unfortunate for him. Bluegrass does, in fact, have the 2 caution limit. So if that is correct, he should be parking it. Cedric Hunter, Gabriel Ellis, and Jonathan Cogswell, Mo Abbott, those drivers coming down pit road here. Alex Huffman continuing to lead the way. Scott Fritz, Brandon Holder, Mike Neal Jr., Sean Kostritza, your top 5 now with those drivers pitting.
And, you know, here comes the 15. Matt Grenier making his way down. He's several laps down in that 15 machine. David Farmer a couple laps down. But, yeah. Stay tuned. In a couple of weeks' time, Sean Kostritza will have some big news for him, that's for sure.
Most definitely.
And someone else will have some big news.
Yeah.
As we're under the 8th caution of the night here at Martinsville with the Truck Series, or with the Cup Series. Truck Series had 13. The Xfinity had 12. We're on 8. The Magic Xfinity, we got 4 more to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I got faith in him. Alex Huffman chooses the outside here for this restart. It's going to put Mikey Neal Jr. behind him on the restart. You know, coming from a lap down, back to the lead lap, race, actually 2 laps down if I'm not mistaken, back to the lead lap, now raced his way forward into that 4th spot. What a roller coaster of a race Mikey Neal Jr. has had so far. You know, he's got himself locked in already into the Final 4. We'll see just what he can pull off here tonight. See if he goes for another race win.
All right, the pace car looking to pull off right there. We're racked and stacked and really ready to go back racing. Up into the Geico restart zone. He fires. Good start. There's Mikey Dale Jr. He gets a good start too. Last week's winner at Charlotte. Him and Scott Fritz side by side. Fritz tries to clear him off of turn number 2. Cannot do it. They're still side by side. Center cutter on the outside of Brandon Holder there. 71 goes to the high side as they exit turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Well, the two Huffman not really pulled away this time on this restart. And, oh, Fritz bobbles there off of turn number 2. Bunches up the inside line. He's going to push up. Mikey Neal Jr. is there. Give it to Mikey Neal Jr. up to that second spot now.
One of the few times tonight we've seen the outside line pass work. Cedric Hunter's trying to do the same back behind him. He's made his way around Brandon Holder, now battling Scott Fritz to the outside for that third position. Meanwhile, Alex Huffman continues to lead the race. The battling going on behind him. He has been able to pull away just a little bit, but Mikey Neal Jr. free, now starting to catch up to him. Cedric Hunter clears Scott Fritz, moves to the inside line following the leader, now side by side for that fourth spot once again. That's going to be Brandon Holder taking a look to the outside of Scott Fritz. Fritz closes the door. Brandon Holder takes a shot to the inside now.
Good racing side by side for fourth. Holder goes into the turn there. He keeps it down low. He's going to clear Scott Fritz as they exit turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We're starting a single foul out here. Carolina Hurricanes on the 8 machine of Mike Hill Jr. Again, he won last week at Charlotte. Locked himself into the Final Four. Alex Huffman trying to do it tonight. And BJ, I'm going to throw this out there. This might be deja vu, or not deja vu. I don't know what the correct terminology is. But they're kind of teammates, the 2 and 8 machine.
They are, aren't they?
They are. So you gotta wonder. As you see the 71, looks to the inside there. Mikey Neal gonna kind of pinch him down low on an exit turn number 4. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, you know. Shaka Stritza bringing out the caution in the 46 machine. The Jasper's engine-sponsored vehicle. Oh, he loses it.
Oof. Shaka Stritza being sent to the rear on that one. It's having a bit of a rough go of it here in the next gen cars. Completely different animal than what he's dealt with all season long in the Xfinity series, and it's really seems to be giving him a bit of a struggle here tonight. Brandon Holder, Scott Fritz, Gabriel Ellison, Brian Terry, Sean Kostritza coming down pit road. Everybody now, I believe, except for Alex Huffman, has pitted since lap 150. Now looks like Alex Huffman. Ooh, no, Mikey Neal Jr. has not either. So both of those drivers remaining on track. No doubt they can. I don't know, they can't make it. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. So those two drivers still have one stop left before the end of the race. Be interested to see when they make that call, when they go for it. Still a lot of racing yet to go. Alex Huffman doing a fantastic job right now, leading the way.
Well, this is what I would do. If I'm Alex Huffman, I'll restart on the outside. That way, Mikey Neal is in front of the 71. The 2 will clear the 8 going into turn number 1. Just saying.
I'll agree with that. I will definitely agree with that, and that allows the 8 car to have that position stuck in front of Cedric Hunter.
Again, you're watching Ultimate Dirt TV, also simulcast live on dirtfan.com. Make sure to check them out for your dirt solutions, race schedules, results, information, the whole 9 yards. Covers every track across America, including New Zealand and Australia. You're watching the Bluegrass Iracing series. Make sure to head over to their Facebook page. Hit the like, hit the follow button. Share out the broadcast. Then go to the YouTube, hit subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. Want to race in the Bluegrass? Make sure to message the Facebook page. And that's what's going to happen. The lights go out on the pace vehicle. Upman will restart on the outside. Got teammates on the inside, or not the inside, in row number 2. Strategic. Coming to the green flag. There we go. Up and clears the 8. He will go to the bottom, going into turn number 1. Coming out turn number 2, you know, you think about it. The 8, he's already won, so he's locked in. So he could be used as a pick right now, you know.
He most definitely could, and I do feel like that's what's going on right now. Mikey Neal Jr. is doing what teammates do and making sure that Cedric Hunter, Brandon Holder, Scott Fritz, Mo Abbott even up there now running in that 4th spot. Make sure that those guys stay off of Alex Huffman to allow Huffman to make sure that he makes it in. Caution flag waving again here tonight. And Steve, does this tie us now at 12 so far?
Well, it's going to be for David Farmer at 84. Got in there a little hot and heavy, and around he went, and when he locked it up, and let's see, it's the 10th caution of the night. On lap number 188 of 250. Next time by, we'll go back to green flag racing. Should be 60 laps to go. Really shocked that the 2 and the 8 have not pitted. Looking at the pit strategy, though, you look at Huffman. It's been 34 laps since he last pitted. 32 for Neal. Hunter's been 21. Abbott 21. So, I mean, they're right there close together.
Yeah, they are. And looking at Huffman's pit game going on right there, he made it 67 laps on 1 tank of fuel. You look on down, looks like Cogswell, I believe that says 76 laps that he's gone on fuel. So these drivers are able to go for quite a long ways on their fuel before having to pit. So looking at that, Huffman and Neal have up to right about 40 laps remaining on their fuel. So the more cautions we have, the longer that run is going to be.
Well, let's see here. If the lights will go out. They will stay on. As you look at the driver input on the right-hand side of your screen there.
One thing I've never seen on the driver input, I want somebody to do it just so I can see it. I want somebody to clutch it and rev it. I just want to see what that little input does when they do. Just want to know.
I wonder if I should scare Mikey Neal Jr. We learned a little something last night in the camera room. I better not. That wouldn't be nice.
Special not now. Lights are out on the base car. Everybody's doubling it up. Looks like the strategy call is going to be the same with Mikey Neal Jr. falling to the inside of race leader, his teammate Alex Huffman.
As we look at Huffman right there. Let's look at driver input. Let's see when he guns it. See the 8 hold back a little bit. Comes the Geico restart, so green flag is out. Hunter giving Mikey Neal Jr. a push. Caution out on the racetrack. The 77 of Ellison.
Ooh, not a good start for some of these drivers. Looks like Brandon Holder struggled on that start. Gabriel Ellison, wrong place, wrong time for that one. And that definitely could have ended a lot worse than what it was for the 77 of Gabriel Ellison and many other drivers.
Well, now we're to the 11th caution. Kind of think the 2 has made his bed. He's going to stay out.
I do definitely agree with that assessment, but he's got his teammate playing a roadblock right behind him. I think at this point of the race, they could make it. If I'm not mistaken, if I've done the calculations right, which I've done in my head, so I do apologize. They're probably not right, but I am thinking at this point that Alex Huffman, Mikey Neal Jr. can make it to the end of the race.
Jonathan Cogswell, Brendan Holder, and Ellison come down pit road. On that restart, you saw the 71 Cedric Hunter. He ain't afraid to use that front bumper. So we saw the 8 kind of laying back on that restart a little bit. We're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Huffman, Neal, Hunter, Abbott, Fritz, your top 5 here in the race. Drivers that need to win in order to make it into the final 4 at this point are going to be Huffman, Newbigging, Fritz, and Cogswell. Brandon Holder at this point, I believe, is in on stage points already.
Lights go out. 52 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Excuse me. Pace car making that left-hand turn down into pit road. Fields in the hands of Alex Huffman. Green flag is that good start there for the 2 machine. Look at Bo Abbott alongside the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. They go into turn number 1. Mikey Neal trying to clear, but he clears about a turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Look at Bo Abbott now into 3rd. The 71 Cedric Hunter looking to the inside of Bo Abbott as they come out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Next time by, be 50 laps to go. Bo Abbott doing a good job hanging out on the outside there, but this time Hunter will clear him. Abbott will fall back to 4th. 5th is Scott Fritz. Jonathan Cogswell currently sitting in that 6th position for Stritza. In 7th, 8th is Brandon Holder, and 9th is Brian Terry.
You know, we talk about Huffman and Neal. It's been a while since they've come down pit road. We were questioning it, but as I look back, it's been just over 10 laps prior to Cedric Hunter pitting. So there's only about 12 laps separating those drivers and their pit stops. So it's not all that surprising to see them still competitive. It's caution flag waves here for the 12th time tonight. We'll take a look at the replay. It looks like the 77 Gabriel Ellison gets in the back bumper of the 13 of Brian Terry. 77 of Gabriel Ellison will be ruled at fault for that caution. Holder, Ellison, Terry bring it down pit side. Meanwhile, no change in the top 5. Still Huffman, Neal, Hunter, and Abbott and Fritz.
Alrighty. Let's see the lights go out. Nope, they're going to stay on for another lap here. While we have a little bit of time, let's look at the sponsors here at the Bluegrass, making it all possible. Roasted Jim's Coffee Kidder, Ford's Butt Kicker, Nitro Racing, and Huffman Designs. All sponsors of the Bluegrass iRacing series. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Bluegrass, be sure to message the Bluegrass iRacing Facebook page. Jason Collins will give you all the package details.
I got an issue though with the Huffman Designs logo. It shows a paint gun, made you know, like a skull face on a paint gun, but you don't paint these cars. They're all vinyl printed wraps, and then they're stuck to the cars using heat. There's no paint guns going into painting these things.
Coming back to the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go. This time the 2 didn't get a very good start. Now, Mikey Dill Jeter to the inside of the 2, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway.
Mikey Neal Jr. backed out of it, let Alex Huffman have it. Mikey Neal Jr. back to playing a roadblock. That's going to allow Mo Abbott to get that 3rd spot away from Cedric Hunter. But not for long. Hunter's going to battle back to the inside of Mo Abbott. Take back over that position down the back straightaway. Good run going for Alex Huffman in that 2 machine. He's had a fantastic rebound after the incident earlier that actually broke the number 2 machine. Found himself a lap or 2 down, getting repairs done to that thing. now he's leading it and doing a fantastic job. He's got his teammate for support right there behind him. These guys doing everything they need to do to make sure Alex Huffman makes it into the Final Four. Can they hold on? 40 laps remaining here at the strike.
40 laps remaining. Huffman, Neal, Hunter, Holder, and Fritz, your top 5. Huffman kind of holding up the field right there. There goes the 31. Oh, he gets into the 71 and head on into the wall goes Cedric Hunter.
Oh no. And Cedric Hunter actually claims that one on his own. See, going down here into the turn. I don't know. It sounded like he was claiming that one, but Mikey Neal or Brandon Holder stuck his nose underneath of the 71. So 2 of the fastest drivers in the field now heading to the back. Cedric Hunter going around. He'll take it down pit side. He's going to be heading to the rear. Brandon Holder was the one ruled at fault by race control for that caution. I'm watching it. I'm not seeing any mistakes out of Cedric Hunter, but he did apologize for it. He did claim it. But agreeing with race control's call here, they made the assessment that the 31 was at fault. I do agree with that call. Just waiting to see the penalty issued to the 31 now. You know, I do believe after seeing some of the contact up into the wall that we've seen throughout this race do a lot of damage to these cars suspension-wise, I do believe that Cedric Hunter allowing his car to hit the wall head-on was best case scenario. Seems like it's not taking very much at all to the side of these things to break the suspension and take the car out of competition. So to allow that car to hit the wall head on, I feel like it's best case scenario for the 71 of Cedric Hunter.
Just so you know, BJ, John wants you to know, Hunter did not claim that one.
Oh, well, it sounded like he did. Sounded like he was saying, I'm sorry, it was my fault or something. I misunderstood, so that is my fault.
All right, lights go out. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Hunter getting back onto the racing surface, down the back straightaway. Base car is in. Green flag is back out. Into turn number 1, Huffman will clear Mikey Neal Jr. Now you got the battle for third going on with Mo Abbott and Jonathan Cogswell. Mo Abbott's trying to clear him going into turn number 3. He does. Cogswell outside right there. There's the 77 of Gabriel Ellison and Sean Kostritza. Stritza goes a little wide. That's going to allow the 1 to look to the inside of him. Stritza does clear him out. Turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, the 1 of Fritz just threw it in there going into turn number 3 that time. Meanwhile, Huffman continues to lead. Neal right there. We're on lap number 219.
Everybody spreading out already inside the top three. Cogswell under attack by his own teammate side by side for that fourth position. Gabriel Ellison to the inside of Cogswell, still remaining side by side. Ellison's going to clear Cogswell out of turn number 2.
Coming out turn number 4, we're coming to 30 to go for Alex Huffman. Mikey Neal still in that second spot, up 10 spots to start the race. There is Mo Abbott currently running in third. Cedric Hunter's made his way up to that 7th spot there, got around to 31 of Brandon Holder.
Scott Fritz works his way around Cogswell. Cedric Hunter to the inside of Cogswell. Now Cogswell falling like a rock right now. Just position after position he's giving up. Brandon Holder makes his way around him now. Cedric Hunter, after that caution, restarted back, I want to say, in 10th position. He sits back up in 6th already, making quick work of this field out number 71 machine. Getting back moving. He's got a little bit of a gap now between him and Scott Fritz. Fritz looks like he's starting to close in on Gabriel Ellison in the 77 now. But meanwhile, up in front, it's still the Elite Motorsports team sitting 1 and 2. That's Alex Huffman, Mikey Neal Jr. in second.
Come down to the start finish line. 26 laps to go here at Martinsville. 77 went a little wide there. As they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Oh, the 48 of Mo Abbott gave a shot to shorts to the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr.
Mo Abbott starting to look really strong here with 25 laps to go. Had a lot of speed carried into that corner, caught right back up to Mikey Neal Jr. He comes once again right back up to his back bumper. Mikey Neal Jr. still continuing to play the roadblock for his teammate of Alex Huffman. Drivers behind him considerably faster than what he is, but he is not giving an inch to these guys, not allowing them to get going, get up there and apply pressure to Alex Huffman. Single filed out throughout the top 7. Still everybody looking for that inch of space to figure something out and get a move on.
And these drivers, the top 7, throw a, they throw a blanket, make a mistake, and something can happen badly. But look at Ellison now, looks to the inside of Mo Abbott for that 3rd spot. Goes into the turn there. He clears him. Give it to Gabriel Ellison for 3rd. And Cedric Hunter follows him as Hunter's now back up to 4th position. Mo Abbott trying to battle back on the outside. Cannot make it happen. In the 48 machine. Ellison might have something for these two drivers ahead of him. Oh, Mo Abbott into the wall. Brandon Holder had to do some defensive mode to miss him.
If he does a good job of it, allows Mo Abbott to fall back in line. He's still within this top 7 pack. He's just at the back of it now. Wondering now if he might have burned his tires off. Cedric Hunter starts to take a look to the outside of Gabriel Ellison, causes him to get loose. Now he's going to fall back into that 7th position with an uphill battle. These guys battling it out is allowing drivers behind Cogswell, Kastritza, Terry to start catching up to them. Meanwhile, up in the front, it's still Alex Huffman. Look at Scott Fritz now in 4th, applying pressure to the back bumper of Gabriel Ellison. Ellison showing quite a bit of speed, being held up right now by Mikey Neal Jr. Neal doing everything he can to make sure these guys stay behind him and do not put pressure on his teammate, the 2 of Alex Huffman. Well, fantastic job these guys are doing as a team right now to make sure they stay 1 and 2. Neal making sure his teammate makes it to the Final 4.
17 laps to go, coming to 16. Huffman trying to lock himself into Phoenix. Gabriel Ellison sitting right there in that third spot, because we already know Mikey Neal Jr.'s in. Scott Fritz, he wants to try to make his way in. He's trying. Not sure what he has to do. Oh, he gets in the back there of the 77. They get hard on the binders. Another tap there out of turn number 4.
Yeah, I don't think the cautions are done just yet. These top drivers, and as I say that, the caution flag is waving, and it's not even for these guys. See here on our NRA instant replay, we see the 46 of Sean Castritz. Oh, who is that he just went by?
Well,
Oh, that was the 71 of Cedric Hunter. So Hunter was taking a look to the inside of Mo Abbott there. Abbott got a little loose, come down off the wall, bounced off of the 71, sent the 71 to the inside wall. Hard hit to the inside wall on his left front, and yep, there you see it. That's what I was expecting. The left front broken on Cedric Hunter's car. Almost identical to what we saw from Doug Newbigging, essentially ending his night earlier tonight when Newbigging ended up down into the inside wall, broke his left front. Be surprised if Race Control does not call that one on the 48 of Mo Abbott and send him to the rear. And they do indeed. They call that one on the 48 of Mo Abbott. So he'll be heading to the rear of the field in that number 48 machine. So we were at about lap 241, 242 when we go back to the green. So right about 10 laps remaining in this race once we come back green. Can Alex Huffman continue to hold off the rest of the field with the help of his teammate Mikey Neal Jr.?
Huffman wants to secure that win, so he knows he's locked into the Final Four next week. Huffman designs number 2. Lights are out. We're going to go green out turn number 4.
So Huffman's going to choose the outside line. Once again, it's been working for these guys, so why not keep it going? And, you know, I don't think it matters who's behind them. I think this is the right call for Mikey Neal Jr. to continue to play the roadblock. Pace car is in side by side coming to the restart. Alex Huffman's going to fire off, bring Mikey Neal Jr. along with him on the inside. Scott Fritz, what a start out of that number 1 machine to the outside of Mikey Neal Jr. applying heavy pressure, trying everything he's got in that number 1 machine to clear him. If he can clear him, this could be game over for the 2 of Alex Huffman. Mikey Neal Jr. is going to clear them out of turn number 4, get himself back into position to continue doing what he's been doing for Huffman, and that's hold everybody else back. Side by side now for 3rd.
Elsa to the inside. There is Fritz. He's doing a good job on the outside as they come out turn number 4, down the front straight away. Fritz is getting the outside line to work. We haven't seen that too many times throughout the week, but the Cup Series seems to be able to get it done. As now you look at Brandon Holder, goes to the inside of Ellison. This is a battle for 4th and 5th on the track. At the line, give it to Ellison as we have 6 laps to go for the tube machine of Alex Huffman. Mikey Dill Jr. still sitting in that 2nd spot. The 1 of Scott Fritz there in 3rd. Brandon Holder sitting in the 4th spot as Ellison's in 5th. There you have the 46 of Sean Kostritza. His first ever Cup Series start here with the Bluegrass. Currently running in 6th. Not a bad job for that guy.
Not bad at all. Huffman continues to lead the way. Oh, Kostritza, Ellison get together.
Take a look at your NLRA instant replay. Oh, the 48 and the 46 make contact. The 46 gets into the 77. I'm not sure the 46 knew that Mo Abbott was there.
Looked like a bit of a last-second decision almost by the 48 of Mo Abbott to take a look to the inside of Kostritza. That one to me would fall back on Mo Abbott because it looked like he just kind of dove to the inside to try to get that position.
And it's going to be a green, white, checkered.
Oh, man.
The 15th caution of the night with the Cup Series. Shows 17 there. Those 2 for the stages.
It's going to be 2 cautions in a row are ruled on the 48 of Mo Abbott. 15.
But I will say this. We watched last night some drivers make the pit stop. Get some tires. And that is how Sean Kostritza won. Makes you wonder. These drivers that are pitting right now, like Gabriel Ellison, getting 4 fresh tires. Yeah, he has to start back in 8th spot. But we seen what 4 fresh set of tires did on a green-white checkered last night.
That we most definitely did. Sean Kostritza pulling off a rather impressive win. He has been there all night long. Seemed like he'd fall off right when it started to count. But then there at the end of the race, he had saved a set of tires, had it in the back, took them, and managed to roll off with a last lap pass coming home with a win. And Steve, one of these drivers that had a fresh set of tires in the bank for this race here, for this specific caution, would be the 84 of David Farmer. He's made his way back on the lead lap. He was, I want to say, 7 or 8 laps down. Got 4 fresh tires now that he's back on the lead lap. He sits right now in that 9th position. He still stands a chance to have some of the freshest tires in the track. He's got 2 laps to do it. I think he's still got a chance to make his way at least to a podium on fresh tires.
Definitely he does. His lights are out on the pace vehicle. We're fixing to go back racing. Green, white, checkered. It's going to be interesting here at Martinsville as we come to the closing stages, or closing laps here of this race. Coming to the Geico restart zone. He fires off. Good start for Alex Huffman. The 1 gets in the back, and Mikey Dale Jr. is going to bunch up the inside. As they come out, turn number 2, Fritz gets loose as a goose. That's going to allow the 31 to look to the inside there. That's Brandon Holder. As we're coming to the white flag, 1 more to go for the 2 machine of Alex Huffman. Fritz gives a shot to shorts to Mikey Neal. That's going to allow Holder on the outside Holder goes into turn number 3, coming to the final time. Alex Huffman picks up the win. Mikey Neal Jr. in second. Brent Holder third. Scott Fritz, Jonathan Cogswell, Gabriel Ellison, Mo Abbott, David Farmer, and Brian Terry round out your field. Alex Huffman picking up the win. He is locked in to next week in Phoenix.
What an incredible run and fantastic job by the Elite Motorsports team. And some joking going on over the comms. They said they're going to be issuing Alex Huffman a 64-lap penalty because 200 laps ago he said his car was broken and he wouldn't be finishing the race. Now he comes home with the race win.
Alrighty. Let's take a look at your official results. Alex Huffman picking up the win. Mikey Neal Jr. in second. Brendan Holder in third. Scott Fritz in fourth. Fifth will be Jonathan Cogswell. Sixth will be Gabriel Ellison. And seventh will be Mo Abbott.
Eighth is going to be David Farmer, Brian Terry, Sean Kastritzer rounding out your top 10. Cedric Hunter, Matt Grenier, and Doug Newbegging rounding out your 13-car field here tonight.
All right, we'll be right back with post-race interviews. All right, welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. As we got the winner tonight, Alex Huffman picking up the win, secured yourself into the Final Four next week in the Cup Series. I bet you're excited tonight.
Woo! I'm tired.
Well, a little rough start in the very beginning.
Really rough start.
But was able to conquer back, and on a couple of those restarts, it looked like you was able to have Mikey Neal really help you out on those restarts.
Oh yeah, I cannot thank Mikey enough for that because we've helped each other before, and he's locked in for next week in the championship race, and I was in a tight battle. I knew that first stage when I got junked, I was in trouble because I know Doug and Brandon were fast all night long. I hate that they had bad luck as well later on, and I knew that Brandon had stage points on me. He came in 4 behind me, so I knew I was just gonna have to get in front of him and try to keep track position. And once I got that lead, I was not gonna pit. I was gonna stay out as long as I could because I didn't think tires would matter that much with how much they did cool off under caution. I can't talk, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just grateful I had an awesome ass teammate behind me there, and Mikey not running me over and helping me out on them restarts, letting me over.
Well, we head into Phoenix next week. What's the game plan?
Hopefully, go out and win it. See if I can become a 2-time champ. If not, hopefully Mikey grabs it. It's going to be a great battle there between the 4 that's made it. Which I believe it's me, Cedric, Mikey, and Gabe, I believe. And, they've been fast all year long, so it's going to be a tough battle for me, I know.
Definitely. Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors on that car, making it all possible for you.
Of course, I got to thank Deb. Finally got her in victory lane again at Old School Diecast. I got to thank Jason at Bluegrass Iracing League. John Kinder over at Kinder Performance. All over my Team Elite teammates, Adam Lancaster, Justin. My Huffman Designs teammate, technically, Mikey Neal, for the awesome restarts with me, and everybody that helps this go on. You, of course, Steve, you and Will that put on this broadcast. It's always awesome, especially when y'all come bother me after the fact.
Definitely. Well, congratulations on picking up the win here at Martinsville. We'll see you next Thursday or Wednesday night.
Thank you. I'll see you.
All right. That's Alex Huffman picking up the win. BJ caught up with your second place finisher tonight.
Trying to caught up with Mikey Neal Jr. coming home in second. Man, what a run you had here tonight. You already had yourself locked into the Final Four with a win last week. What's it mean to you to get your teammate in there with you here tonight?
This is definitely one of my, worst tracks, but I knew I just kind of had to keep the car alive tonight. And I think we did a pretty good job. I didn't really mess up the car too much. I think there was one instance I spun a few times. I got beached. I was chilling in the grass. I don't really know what I was doing there, but I couldn't get out. So that was but thank you to Brian Terry and Matt Grenier. They both got me out of there. I don't know why they decided to help me, but they did. Brian, he got me on his team this year, and I can't thank him enough for it. He comes out there and does that tonight. So huge thanks to Brian Terry and Matt Grenier as well for that. But man, this car was not the greatest, but there at the end, I definitely found some speed. I definitely just track position kind of got me up there. I think if I'd saved my right front a little bit better, I might have been able to even push up towards the lead. Maybe even try to make a move there. But I think it was kind of the bigger things. I really wanted to go 3 in a row, especially at my favorite track, my home track, and then my worst track. I think that would have been a pretty cool three-peat. But second place is awesome. We have an average finish of less than 1.5 in the last 3 races, and that's all I can ask for because I can ride that momentum into Phoenix. And like I said, the car was a little off tonight, and there was actually one point where my screen went black, and I just decided, instead of keeping going straight, I hooked it down into the inside wall, and it knocked my toe out pretty significantly too, and I got about a minute damage when we got that fixed. And after that, I was able to get back up front. We stayed out the last 70 laps because I decided that, and Huffy did too, that track position was maybe a little bit better, and he convinced me to stay out. So it ended up working for both of us there. And, to even come P2 tonight, I think is just a win for me in general. So.
Congratulations on coming home second. Go ahead and thank your sponsor. Shout out to everybody who helped make it possible.
Yeah, first of all, my partner this year and your race winner tonight, Alex Huffman, man. Huffman Designs. Cars look amazing. I say it every week because I have to, because it looks so awesome. And I can't thank him enough for, taking his time to design a lot of the schemes. He also designs, a lot of the playoff banners and all that. So he does so much for the league. So I can't thank Alex Huffman enough. And congrats on your win, buddy. I got to thank Jason Collins for putting the show on, and Alex Healy too. He stepped in tonight, did a fantastic job. So thank you, Alex Healy and Jason Collins, for everything that y'all do. I got to thank John Kinder over at Kinder Performance Group. He does a lot. So excited to see him back next year. Scott Fritz, he ran a good race and had a great season. Scott Fritz Designs. Can't thank him enough. Can't thank y'all. Hopefully I don't have to hear critiquing on my driving, the way I hold the steering wheel this week. We'll see. All the other sponsors, again, Huffman Design. Thank you, man, so much for letting me race this season. I can't thank you enough. And thanks to Brian Terry for letting me race for his team this year. He's done so much for me. So, thank you to all the league sponsors. Thank you to UDTV. Can't thank y'all enough, and I can't wait to see y'all next week.
All right. Well, BJ, Alex Huffman did a good job, and especially his teammate Mikey Neal doing a good job there.
Yeah. Interviewing third.
All right, coming home in third night is Brandon Holder. Congratulations on your third place finish and making it onto the podium.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of a rough race for me.
It was definitely rough and a little long, wasn't it, sir?
Yeah, it was a long race for sure. I had quite a few opportunities to get up there and just didn't have the patience to do it. So,
but at the end of the night, finished on the podium. Heading into Phoenix next week, what's your game plan?
I'll probably try to help not Cedric, but Alex and Mike Q win the championship.
Definitely so. Some practice going on there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors, making it all possible.
I want to thank BK Paints, Brad Nair for spotting for me, and y'all for broadcasting.
All right. That is, well, the commercial kicked on. That is Brendan Holder from Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, coming home in third place tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, this is going to conclude our broadcast of the Bluegrass Iracing series. Next week, championship night, but we got one more broadcast to go. Tomorrow night is the Bluegrass Pro Dirt Peru Late Models, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, I'm Steve McMillan along with BJ Duvall. We're going to sign off, say good night, and God bless. We'll see you.